Talking to Charlton manager Karl Robinson ahead of Saturday's home game against Fleetwood. Karl, you were busy just before the January transfer window closed with players coming and going. Firstly, you brought in Steffi Mavidi on loan from Arsenal. What can Charlton supporters expect from him, and what made you bring him here?
Steffi's somebody who's very athletic, plays on the last man, stretches the game, and we can use him really wisely. He's a very talented individual. He's someone that I know Arsenal have high hopes for, and we thank them for the opportunity to work with him. And hopefully we can improve him whilst he's here. It's his first loan, so you're never quite sure how that's going to go. But we're excited by it. Obviously, Nicky moving on was one where we needed somebody of that ilk to come in. We can't lose that type of player who plays on the last man, and we're going to replace him. And we tried that very, very quickly.
Well, just to come on to Nicky Ajosi, you mentioned just now, returned to former club Swindon on loan. What was the thinking behind that decision?
Listen, when you see what we did in the summer for him, it was a massive outlay for him. I think it's difficult to have him on the bench not doing nothing. I think he needs to play football. I took that decision. Nicky knew that, and hopefully he respects the honesty and respects the fact that we were allowing him to go to Swindon. There's a number of clubs that were in for him. It wasn't the biggest bid, but it was the bid that he felt was right for him to score goals, and hopefully he can do it. He can go and score goals against teams that are in and around us, hopefully.
Just before the window closed, Charlton and your former club MK Dons were linked with a youngster on Liverpool staff. Was that report accurate?
Yeah, we were interested. I don't think there's one or two things that didn't materialise with that. It wasn't the only negative thing that materialised on that day, but it was, he's a very talented player. And it was just one of them things that couldn't happen, but we had other issues other than that one.
Can you say who the player was?
No. Listen, it is what it is. When you look back and you reflect on January, it's a very positive one. We got rid of the players who weren't doing too much. We paid one or two players up, and we cleaned the club up in some ways in certain aspects of it. So it was a positive one. And just on that particular day to get caught in the way we did was frustrating. I've had it a few times in my career. It just happens that both in 1 year, where it was out of my club's control what we could and couldn't do. That's frustrating because when you care so much and you think you can get things done, it's one that annoys me. But when you look at the whole window in general, it's a very positive one.
You used the word frustrating. Is it fair to say that you were left frustrated when the window finally closed?
No, because once I was more angry with actions of one or two people, so it was just one of them things, but now it's about us moving forward as a group and looking forward to forthcoming games. Obviously Fleetwood's a massive one on Saturday. Having Ricky Holmes back's like a new signing. I've not been able to pick Ricky Holmes from the start yet. Josh hopefully could be back in a week's time, maybe. You've got the likes of Piercy getting closer. So Harry Lennon obviously getting closer. So when you look at the players we're going to have more available now, we're certainly a better squad.
You mentioned Fleetwood game. Charlton unbeaten in 5, fresh from beating promotion-minded Bolton for the first time in 15 years. Confidence in the camp must be very high.
It is obviously, but I think we were confident before the game. Sometimes you don't always need results to prove how confident you are. I think sometimes internally we see things that are materialising or evolving. And the players' mentality and training has been quite superb. We had a lot of difficulties last week trying to find somewhere to train, and they took on board a lot of the classroom stuff and the big picture stuff that we couldn't really do. We had to do in a different way, and they applied that wonderfully well. But also all the tactics and the work go out the window. It's about the mentality of the group and the desire and application for 90 minutes and the concentration levels. And certainly that was there for all to be seen. I was very proud of them, very proud to be their manager on Saturday. But if I'm being honest, I'm very proud to be their manager every day. I see how hard they're trying to work to try and make this club successful again.
Now, 4th place Fleetwood come to the Valley, boasting a club record of 12 games unbeaten. Do you regard this as another important test as to how far the team have come since you arrived?
Yeah, I think it is a big one from that perspective. Listen, I think Uwe's done an unbelievable job. Fun of when we played Fleetwood at MK Dons, I think you played Fleetwood the game before at home, and it was just a game split in two halves where Charlton were excellent in one half and they were fantastic in the other. I think it was 2-2 that day, I think it was. So I remember watching the game thinking what a good game it was. So we know how hard it's going to be. I think Uwe, like I said before, has done a really, really good job. He's really assembled a strong team who are genuine promotion campaigners, and we want to be in the mix. These are the teams that we've got to compete with, and we've got to be ready for the attacking threat, which is plenty of it. Devontae's turned the corner and scoring goals, and tremendous work ethic within him. The boys in midfield, and Grant and Dempsey and people, he's brought in Cameron Brannigan from Liverpool as well. Very good, very strong back three, and probably one of the best full backs in Bell, playing off the left. McLaughlin on the right, who's a full international. So they've got some really good players, and Marshall Bayouve, who's a top coach. So everyone knows in the industry how much I respect him. Everyone thinks that we don't get on. I've had many debates and arguments, me and Uwe, but as a person, as a human being, he's a tremendous man, and I look forward to going up against him toe to toe for 90 minutes. We're aggressive with each other, but away from football, he's a wonderful person. But I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Is the injury list showing signs of shortening, and who will be available to you on Saturday who wasn't available at Bolton? I know Teixeira's back from suspension. Yeah. Are there any others? No,
just Tex for this game, but it's and Bataka is on a flight as we speak. So
that's from the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, I was when he got knocked out. It was get back quickly. So it was listen. The last game he played against Bristol Rovers, he was excellent. His mentality and his work ethic was top draw. So to have him back into the group, but again, we've been without him for 4 weeks now, and we'll look forward to welcoming him back. Luckily enough for him, he's not missed too much football because the games are being cancelled. But he's unfortunately for him and Congo that they got knocked out. But when there's a negative, the positive is we'll have him back a lot earlier.
Fair to say then you've got a wealth of riches at your disposal?
Yeah, about time. Listen, we're getting closer and closer to a full squad, so once we have a full squad, I don't see us going in any other direction. But the other players have no choice, because if you want to be successful, now's the time to turn the screw. Going into February and March, it is the most difficult time of the Football League season. I believe that. Obviously April, the ones who've got the strongest mentality and the balls to cope with the demands of the back end of the season, and it's the make or break period. But February and March is the set up period. We play our most games in this month, and March it's always the heightened calendar period with August, and we've got to be ready for it. And I think it's a great time to get everyone back fit, to be on a little run. Because once Charlton get up and running, we're a big club. Once that momentum swings, it's a lot harder to stop us. And the players need to keep that going. And it's all down to the players. It's about the players. And the support that the fans give to the players, and the enjoyment the players give to the fans. And Saturdays, there's no place I'd rather be in that dugout watching this game. And we've got to be well prepared, we've got to be mentally ready and physically able to cope with a very, very good Fleetwood team.
And what's the latest on Josh McGuinness? Is he progressing well?
Yeah, very well. Can't wait to get him out the building. He's starting to do me head and doesn't shut up. The physios can't wait to get out of the treatment room as well. If you know Josh McGuinness, you'll know what I mean about it. A very loud individual, and we miss him. He's a top player, and he's a tremendous person, and he's someone that I'm really excited to get back into the group.
When will he be available to you?
Josh said he was fit last week, but we'll hopefully he's had an injection on Tuesday. Said he feels great off the back of that. He was progressing anyway on Tuesday. He was running on Tuesday, doing some ball work Tuesday. So hopefully maybe by the AFC Wimbledon game, or maybe the game after that, possibly.
And Jason Pearce? Yeah,
Pearcey's coping really well with the operation, and it's healing well. A little bit longer, obviously, but he's progressing at a good rate, and so is Harry Lennon. So we'll get that back. Roger Johnson has an injury, so he's out, but then we start getting Pearcey and Harry back, and we're starting to move in the right direction.
Karl Robinson, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.